Welcome to the Odour Hygiene lesson. Dogs have an amazing sense of smell. If we don't practice good odor hygiene, we could potentially set the dog up to false alert on trace instead of alerting at source. It's also more difficult for dogs to find the source if there's a lot of trace odor in the search area. Without good odor hygiene, you may also contaminate hides with your scent. If you don't store your target odor and hot items correctly in your home, you could potentially make your whole house hot. If your dog is constantly smelling the target odor and they never get rewarded for locating it, that can become very demotivating and frustrating for a Nosework dog. Make sure to store all of your hot stuff in a room in your house that your dog doesn't have access to and doesn't encounter on a regular basis. Storing scented items in a ziploc or plastic garbage bag can help keep the scent contained. This keeps it from contaminating other areas of your house, but also ensures your hot objects remain strongly scented. When we are handling scent, it's important not only to keep our hands from getting contaminated, but to prevent our hides and Q-tips from being contaminated by whatever is on our hands. When handling hot items or odor, you should always wear gloves. You should also always wash your hands after handling hot objects or odor, even if you've worn gloves. The best way to remove odor from your hands is to wash them in warm, soapy water, then apply hand sanitizer. Although there will still be traces on your hands, hand sanitizer is one of the most efficient ways of removing odor from your hands when you are working with essential oils. Ideally, when setting up for Nosework, you would have someone with hot hands and someone with cold hands. This may not always be possible if you are by yourself, though. Use tweezers to handle and place any Q-tips or scented paper. This will prevent any essential oils from getting on your gloves and reduces the transmission of odor. Place any scented Q-tips or paper into some sort of container so the essential oil doesn't get applied directly to objects or surfaces. Use metal tins, plastic tubes, packing slips, or whatever you think would be appropriate. This also helps to prevent dogs from eating any small items covered in essential oils. When you are creating a hot container, there are some things you may want to consider when adding odor to a container. Make sure that you wear gloves. It's a good idea to mark any hot objects so you know that they contain odor while you're practicing. For new dogs, it's a good idea to cut a hole in your container to help teach your dog the nose at source indication. Take a packing slip and place it near the hole you've cut into the container or wherever you want your dog to indicate. Remember, we want to train the dog to indicate at source, so you want the scent to be placed where your dog will be indicating on it. Place 1 to 3 scented Q-tips in the packing slip. Remove the Q-tips from your scented glass jar with a pair of tweezers while wearing gloves to prevent contamination. Finish adhering the packing slip to the container, and then the container is now hot. Make sure to store it with your other hot objects. That's it for this lesson. Good odor hygiene is very important when you're doing Nosework at home with your dog and setting hides for your dog. You'll be getting reminders of good odor hygiene practices throughout the lessons in this program.